The top 10 bands that should stop writing new material or new music. I'm here. Before you thought where that boy at, here I am. Yeah, so this is a pretty interesting video. I believe I've seen this before because the title and the video itself is so interesting, and I'm not sarcastic. I really mean that. It's a pretty interesting video. Bon Jovi and U2 are on the thumbnail, as expected, because Bon Jovi really stopped writing new music. You're so shit. In the beginning you're still shit, I think, but at least it got some, it was anthemic, it was kind of fun, not fun for me, but I can see the appeal in that. But just their later material is so fucking mediocre and so just piss poor. It's My Life being a good song, and besides that, not having any staying power with the remainder of their album. Fucking hell. I believe I know number one, so I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but it's probably not a big surprise. And I totally agree with number one, though. I really do. U2 is on the thumbnail. Yeah, they are really shit now, with No Line and Songs of Innocence and the new record with also Innocence in the title. Really generic pop garbage, but they were a great band in my opinion. I really loved them back in the day. Still do. But I just really hate their generic shit nowadays. So those bands should stop writing new music. Pearl Jam. I love Pearl Jam as well, but just everything after Yield is so generic. I mean, I love that Matt Cameron was on the albums, and I like Backspacer and the new, well, not really new, 5 years ago, but the most recent album, Lightning Bolt, is alright, I guess, but it's not what it used to be. It's not a 10. Literally, it's not 10. It's not Versus, not Vitology. It's not those first three classic albums. It's not Yield. Those three bands, more bands, I guess, but those are the ones that came up. This is a pretty interesting video. It got 7,000 dislikes though, and 2,000 likes. Holy shit. AC/DC is another one. I love AC/DC. You guys may not know that about me, but I love that band. I actually do. Let's go. If the video wants to start. 2 ads on 1, amazing, I love it. Horrible music. Like, a dying cat or a sick cat dying. U2. Oh my god.
Trying, but we're not buying. Not anymore.
Oh, the Rolling Stones. Yeah, so true. This is gonna be fun. Metallica, Weezer. Oh my, yeah, these bands. I love all of those bands. Probably all of those bands are gonna appear on my top 100 list. But their modern output is so shit, But, I love them because of their back catalog. Yeah, Weezer. I love Weezer as well. Especially the first 2 records. Bon Jovi. Green Day. I love all of these bands, but Green Day as well. They're not what they used to be. I love American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown, but the Uno Dos Tres trilogy. Really the only 3 duds in their discography, if I'm really honest, and that new one is alright, but it's kind of generic. Yeah, not Nickelback because they're shit from the get-go. That's true. Oasis is a good pick. But I kind of enjoy every Oasis record, but their first 2 albums and their first compilation is so out of this world, That you can't really compare to the good records, because those records are godly.
Number 10, Black Sabbath.
I don't agree with that because I believe when they recorded this video was 2016, true. Yeah, and 2016, a year after that they quit. They're not a band anymore, so they stopped. They didn't write any new music. So I have to disagree with that. But WatchMojo didn't know that, of course. Well, you kind of, saw it coming. But I have to agree with that. I love the first 6 records. I'm not a big fan of Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die. Those are kind of generic. Or not kind of generic, but kind of lackluster, not those first 6 records. I love Heaven and Hell. That's probably one of my favorite Black Sabbath albums. And Bill Ward and Ronnie James Dio being in the same band, that is godly. And Mob Rules, I love Mob Rules. But besides those 8 records, they really went downhill from there. Born Again came after that, was that album cover, oh my god. And the records after that were kind of meh. So yeah, I have to agree with the pick, but yeah, they stopped, so not really.
While it's an undisputable fact that early Black Sabbath will rock forever, the same can't be said about the men behind the instruments.
Loner.
Whether it's the overexposure of Ozzy Osbourne through a decade of reality TV, or the heaps of drugs and booze that have filtered through his system since 1970, or the band's general ickiness since the Dio years, it's hard to get overly excited about new Sabbath material.
13. Yeah, but that's their only new record. I mean, come on now. It's not a bad record, but it's not that classic era.
They waited 18 long years for it. Nostalgia alone is just not good enough.
Pearl Jam.
Number 9, Pearl Jam.
People need to understand that these bands are great. WatchMojo isn't saying that these bands are shit, because they aren't. I love all of these bands probably. But Pearl Jam, I have to agree with that. I love Pearl Jam, but everything after Yield, it's so meh. It's not good. Well, Matt Cameron drummed on it, but having a Soundgarden drummer on your album doesn't mean it isn't a saving grace. It's the music, and the music just isn't that good. I like Backspacer and Lightning Rod. I like those records, but besides that, the 3 records between that really are lackluster. So I have to agree with that. Although their most recent record is pretty good, so.
Yes, 10 was one of the best albums of the
I don't know.
1990s, and Pearl Jam was one of the finest bands of the 1990s.
Yeah.
It's just not the 1990s anymore.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest flaw with Pearl Jam, that they exited the 90s, so they how do you say that? Yeah, Pearl Jam was kind of a 90s act, so coming out of the 90s, not the best thing for Pearl Jam.
They have been around
But you cannot do anything about that.
25 years, and the mileage is starting to show.
The Fixer is great though, I love the Fixer.
They are still massively popular.
So, I'm going to disagree, because their last 2 records are really good. The Backspace, which is a modern classic, and Riding Lot, which is pretty good as well, a good follow-up. So yeah, I did say yes at the beginning, but I'm gonna say no for now, because I still really enjoy those records.
And with a vocalist like Eddie Vedder, rightfully, their new stuff
And Matt Cameron on the drums.
isn't that bad. But it's just not what it was.
It's the perfect lineup, a Soundgarden drummer, and all classic Pearl Jam members. It's perfect.
Every band grows, but sometimes they just grow too far from where they started.
But yeah, 10 easily still their best album to this day. It really is.
Perhaps
It is just
makes more sense
perfect.
for Mr. Vedder to focus more on solo albums in the style of ukulele songs and
No.
into the Wild soundtrack.
No. Those records are great. Shut the fuck up, WatchMojo. So I agree with Black Sabbath. Well, no, because they're not a band anymore. I disagree with Black Sabbath because they're not a band anymore. I disagree with Pearl Jam because their last two records are great. Rolling Stones, however, oh my god. I do agree with this though. Holy shit.
Number 8, the Rolling Stones.
What the fuck?
It's cliche to make old man rock stars.
But I love this band as well, cannot deny that.
It's cliche for a reason. Keith Richards is still among the finest rhythm guitarists on the planet.
He is solid, but he's not one of the best.
Jagger is still one of the most magnetic frontmen to ever strut on the stage, and Charlie Watts is still the most rock-solid drummer to ever pick up a set of sticks. But the
Dun,
Watts
dun,
brash
dun,
and
dun.
ready energy
He's the best one to pick up sticks, sure.
seems phoned in at best.
I'm hating a lot on the Stones though, but I love them.
They're all still good songs, yes, and they still put on a live show that few can touch. But ask yourself this: what's your favorite Rolling Stones album since 1985?
None. Because they're all shit. But they have like 20 great records, so give them a break. You too, oh my god. I agree with Rolling Stones, but yeah, I agree with you too as well. Fucking hell.
Number 7, U2.
U2 should have been number 1. Oh my god, their modern output is so shit.
Made a huge impact in the 1980s with a new, unique sound.
I love War, A Boy is a good debut album, Joshua Tree is a timeless classic, Achtung Baby is really experimental, love those albums, Rattle and Hum is actually quite enjoyable. Yeah, really great records. Are there more? The Unforgettable Fire, that album that I forget has Forget in the name, great. Those records are great, but I cannot say that about their entire discography. Of course, War.
Jimmy delayed guitars, and Bono's passionate and unmistakable vocals perfectly exemplified by 1987's The Joshua Tree.
With the streets of their name, such a timeless classic. The riff is so magical.
The band then spent the 90s finding success through constant creative reinvention. But then, Beautiful Day happened.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. With Achtung Baby was really experimental, but also really commercial. So it was the perfect blend. Zooropa was kind of too experimental to be a hit. Pop was way too experimental. They tried to be commercial, but it didn't work. Then All That You Can Leave Behind happened, which was a great record, but it was kind of, generic. The record was great, but it was kind of, too commercial. The Atomic Bomb happens. Still catchy, but less catchy and more generic. And everything after that, pure garbage, generic, boring ass music. Everything after Atomic Bomb.
It was a great song. It also marked a regression in the band that saw them resting on the laurels of their traditional sound and seemingly afraid to mix it up.
Yeah, No Line on the Horizon. So boring.
It's a testament to a band's glory days being past when a free copy of their latest album causes massive negative hysteria.
Songs of Innocence. The record is free, take it. No thank you. Weezer.
Number 6, Weezer.
I love Weezer as well, man. These are all great bands.
Like Overdriven Marshalls, River Cuomo's Nerdy Glasses, and self-titled
self-titled albums. First two records are flawless. The green one is great. Melodroid is great. How's the generic one called? In 2005. With Beverly Hills on it. I cannot remember anymore. It's so long ago. I really can't remember. But the generic record, the Red album is pretty good. Kind of their weakest colored album, in my opinion. Of course, Hurley and Redditude and Hurley rather being lackluster. That record with the Weird As Monster on the cover I like that record a lot actually, great record. But I cannot remember the End of the World or something like that. And then their White album is great. I love the White album. That's probably their greatest album since the first two, probably. Yeah, but after that, I actually thought they're gonna get great again, but then they released Pacific Daydream, so this band is so inconsistent.
Expanding their fan base has long been part of Weezer's MO.
White album is great. I love the White album.
Revered as a modern classic today, Pinkerton was a dud in its day.
Yeah.
Creating a state of confusion, the band
Pinkerton is
never
great.
quite escaped. They can still put out a killer song or decent album, but being compared negatively to whatever they put out before is an unavoidable given when it comes to Weezer.
Go Away, Winder.
It's just that chasing pop trends and constantly misjudging what their fans want doesn't help.
There are some catchy songs on Make Believe. That was the record. There are some catchy songs on Make Believe, like We Are All on Drugs. I love Perfect Situation. That's actually one of John's, from Air TV. That's actually one of his favorite songs ever by the band. I believe it's his favorite. Well, no, that's My Name Is Joan, which is my favorite as well. Top 10 Weezer songs. There you go, number 1. I just love that song so much. Yeah, it's actually, Perfect Situation is actually his number 2 pick. Of course, Beverly Hills is catchy, so there are some classic songs on that album, but overall it's not a good record. Oh, Def Leppard, oh my god.
5. Def Leppard.
I couldn't agree more with this band. But in my opinion, they sucked from day one, so kind of the same thing with Nickelback, not really, because they sucked from the get-go.
In the public's imagination in spandex, sleeveless t-shirts, and arenas in the 1980s, Def Leppard is hardly known for their innovation.
Yep. Hysteria. Their classic release. So generic.
Rick Allen's potentially career-ending accident and the later death of underrated guitar slinger Steve Clark, the band never quite recovered from the death blow to glam metal.
Underrated. They're one of the most overrated bands of all time. I mean, come on now. Yeah, but of course having underrated guitarists in your band really helps. No, it doesn't. Their new, I believe their self-titled record is so generic, even their early stuff kind of is like that, but it still has some catchy elements to it, I still kind of like Photograph. That's probably the only song that I like by them, because it has just so much catchy elements to it, but their new one, the music video is horrible, the music is trash, so just stop, man.
And surely still have their fair share of fans. News of a new album as recently as 2015 wasn't exactly met with hysteria.
No. 9 lives, all of your lives are gone. Damn. Sick burn. Metallica, yep.
Number 4, Metallica.
Everything after the Black album sucks. It really does.
Black album upset their thrash fans. Load and Reload upset their Black album fans.
What WatchMojo is gonna say here is really funny, so pay attention.
Garage Inc. pleased their fans' dads.
True.
But post-2000 releases like Saint Anger and Death Magnetic just seem to piss off the remainder of Metallica's fan base once and for all.
But how Death Magnetic? Saint Anger, pissed everybody off because of that ugly ass snare drum and a lack of, not having any guitar solos on the record. But Death Magnetic, although generic in my opinion, it was a thrash record. Going back to the roots of their thrash, going back to the roots of their thrash days. So I disagree with that, although it's a generic record in my opinion. It was 2 decades ago since they made a thrash record. Oh my god, Metallica, fucking sellouts. Still love Metallica though, but it's mainly because of those first 4 records, and I like the Black album as well.
While their documentary Some Kind of Monster showed their vulnerable side, it also
Oh boy,
showed their
music
vulnerable
fan just commented on a new video of mine.
side.
Let's check it out.
Worse than when I have to go to him and play the new record and notice something on the socks. And he can see
Then don't make it, Lars.
10 seconds flat.
Long
Oh,
gone is the
Lars.
image of a bunch of denim-wearing, beer-swilling thrash metal bad boys, and in its place is a
One.
slick, marketable
Oh
young
my
man
god, that's so
who no
long.
longer knows
That's
exactly
what my girl said.
what they are.
Oh yeah. Are you fucking dying, mate?
Bon Jovi.
Oh my god. I couldn't agree more with Metallica. Just stop, man. You know, their new record is way too long. I mean, come on now. Just make a record like, you know, they're not gonna do that, but just make a record like Ride the Lightning. 47 minutes long, not too short, not too long. Perfect trash, perfect songs, perfect songwriting. Just a fucking tight record, man. They really, you know, can't make that like them anymore. You know, they think to themselves, wow, it's been 8 years ago since a new record. Let's make a really long record to, you know, to make up for that. But it doesn't work like that. Just make, you know, a consistent record, not one of fucking 75 minutes. You're not progressive metal, you're not Dream Theater, you're not Tool, fuck off. You're not
What was
Opeth.
once a great hair metal band with massive albums like Slippery When Wet and New Jersey slowly morphed into a fairly awful pop country band.
Oh my god.
It's not 1988.
Did you lose your balls, John Bon Jovi? Jesus
Don't want
Christ,
to
mate.
shake it up just like bad medicine anymore. But would it hurt to offer fans something resembling the sound they were once known for?
You know, I hate this song as well. I hate their classic stuff as well. But at least it has balls, you know. Well, it has it has pussy. Bon Jovi is such a pussy band. You know, girl band, whatever. But at least it had some kind of noise to it. It was kind of at least upbeat. But their newer stuff is just so fucking soft and so pussy-like, you know. It's so... I don't want to say generic again, you know. I'm overusing that word, but yeah, it really is generic. But their classic stuff is as well, but at least it was upbeat.
But it's certainly wasted and wounded. It's almost like somewhere along the line, Bon Jovi and John Bon Jovi's solo career merged.
Because we can.
A worry not put to rest with guitarist Richie Sambora's dismissal in 2013.
Just stop, Bon Jovi. Just stop. Aerosmith.
Number 2, Aerosmith.
I hate Aerosmith so much.
But Aerosmith just cannot seem to let go of the rock star.
I just cannot understand how you're a fan of this band. I just can't. The vocals are horrible, the music is fucking trash, it's boring, it's just really generic, they're the biggest sellout band ever, you know, one of if not the biggest. And they collaborated with a rap act. I mean, how can you not hate them? I mean, Anthrax did as well, but their career now is pretty good actually, so yeah, they redeemed themselves. Their vocalist.
Strip it down, pick up the acoustics if they have to, like Steven Tyler did with his 2015 single. There's still a lot of rock left in these guys, but I Don't Want to Miss a Thing leaves a long lingering stench, meaning they'll have to work harder in their autumn years than most.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that. Aerosmith is fucking rich, so why should they work for it?
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here
What is
are
this?
a few honorable mentions.
The Smashing Pumpkins. Run to Me. Their modern output is so fucking emo, so edgy as fuck. It's pretty much the Billy Corgan project at this point. Green Day. Yeah, I mean their most recent output is really fucking trash. But in the 2000s and before, they really were a flawless band in my opinion. Just if they stopped at 21st Century Breakdown and they quitted or something like that, or announced no new records, then they pretty much would have been a perfect band in my opinion. Blink-182. Speaking of perfect bands, well, pretty much the exact opposite of that. Defunct bands, Defect. Speaking of defunct bands, Linkin Park. They really are. I'm not gonna explain why, because you already know. And if you don't, you've been laying under a rock, mate. But yeah, if you didn't know this number one, I mean, come on now, you really have lain under a rock.
Number 1, Kiss.
Yep. Black Diamonds, such a great song. Kiss self-titled record is a great album, but they really just plummeted down from there.
Best, you got whatever Simmons and Stanley think will market well.
Yep.
Selling out and Kiss have always gone hand in hand, and their self-aggrandizing has made them millionaires.
Just look up the word selling out, and Kiss is the prime definition of that fucking of this variety, of the definition.
They can't exactly pass the last relevant album test.
No. I believe that WatchMojo released their biggest musical sellouts, and I believe Kiss wasn't even on there. I mean, what? Where they were kind of sellout-ish their entire career, so yeah.
Today, Kiss continues to sell tickets, but it's more and more based on nostalgia, costumes, and makeup than appreciation for radio-rattling hard rock.
Detroit Rock City.
The face paint and back catalog may distract audiences from the absence of Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, but it can only do so much to distract from the subpar music being offered.
Aww. It's still enjoyable, but yeah, just stop Kiss.
So, do you agree with our selections? Which band do you think should just call it a day and, stop writing new music?
That snare drum.
For more fine top 10 albums daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You too. What happened to you two, man? Oh my god. I know people that hate U2, in their entirety, but they're so fucking popular. You cannot deny that. They're so influential. They're, a lot of fun to listen to, so give them a chance, if you really hate the band just because they're U2. Give their music a chance. Listen to the Joshua Tree, listen to War. Achtung Baby, All That You Can Leave Behind is a great record as well. Listen to those records and prove me wrong. Who are you to tell us who should stop writing new music? This is based on fan votes. So WatchMojo is getting all the publicity, all the hate, but this is voted by fans. So yeah, fuck off. And what about top 10 YouTube channels that should stop making videos? Vote WatchMojo for number 1. Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of their thing, to make top 10 videos, or not really. Green Day and Linkin Park should have been nowhere near this list. Linkin Park fucking sucks. So, well, they don't have a lot of music, but the music that they've written is pretty shit, since Arbitrary and Meteora. This video is laughable, these bands are awesome, and the criticism is completely uncalled for. There seems to be a major confusion between waning popularity and the declining quality. Sounds like most of these bands have still got it to me. Well, Pearl Jam, Black Sabbath. Does Black Sabbath still have it? No, not really. Are there more bands? I think Pearl Jam is uncalled for, but besides that, not really. Next up, top 10 channels that are running out of ideas. Funny. Linkin Park should be first. Not really, because I don't have, like enough material like the Rolling Stones, so not really, only 7 records. But yeah, you know, one thing cemented, they're stopping, and I don't have to talk about that. So I don't know why I brought it up, but that was the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Ominous for more videos like this one. Let me know what you want me to see react to next in a upcoming video. I've been Ominous. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It was really fun to react to really interesting topics. So let me know what you thought about the topic. Yeah, you know, Kiss was a good pick. Bon Jovi was a good pick, but they were kind of shit from the get-go, so not for me. Rolling Stones was a good pick. U2 was a good pick. So there were a lot of good picks on there. Not everything like Pearl Jam, but you know, a lot of artists were kind of generic. I disagree with Weezer as well, because they still released the White Album and the End of the World or something like that. Still like those records. I like the colored albums, the green one, the Melodroid is underrated. So they are still a great band in my opinion, but yeah, you know, they're not what they used to be for sure. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about these picks. Yeah, I've been Ominous like I said already, so enjoy your day. God bless, stay safe, and take care.